spec working. Thank you for joining us for this episode of That Solo Life, the podcast for PR pros and marketers and communicators who work for themselves. People like me, Michelle Kane of Voice Matters, and my wonderful co-host Karen Swim of Solo PR Pro. Hey, Karen, how are you today?
Hello, Michelle. I am doing well. Thank you. How are you doing?
Good. We're making a run for the end of the year. It's the, as some call it, the silly season. The holidays are here, ready or not. And so, yeah, just trying to keep one eye on work and another eye on all the things. And well, that's all the eyes I have. So,
My sole motivation every single day this week has been we're almost there.
yes, I know, right? I, I, you know, if I were a better journaler, I would remember this and hopefully be able to be ready for it. But it seems like every year there's that date that's a turning point. In the single digits of December, you're like, I got time. I'll do this calmly and it'll be fine. And then around the teens of the month, you're like, oh,
Yeah. Well, I feel like some of that is driven by our clients, right? Because there
yes,
is a point where things quiet down, and they did this year too. They quieted where all the meetings are done and you're free of that. But then all of a sudden, following that quiet period, comes like,
wait.
let's do this before you're in. And that's hard. So we can,
Yes.
and I feel like that's the part that's not always the same every year. It kind of depends
No.
on what's been going on all year long.
So true. So true. So that's why we thought, we're just going to keep it light today because we know everyone just wants to keep it light this week. And we want to talk about, oh, I don't know, dear Santa, what are you going to put under our Christmas tree or under our menorah in the coming year? This is what we want to see and or hear.
Yes, dear Santa,
Dear
please,
Santa, here's our PR pros wish list.
our wish list.
Sanity? No, I joke.
Definitely.
Uh,
No, that's a great one. Sanity is good.
Sanity is good. Clarity, Santa. I think I actually, and just to really distill that down, a wish for the coming year is really that just we as solos and as an industry, because we've been talking about this a lot lately, will focus on really keeping track of how we are presenting our value in everything we do and resist that urge to become the machines that we can be of just get her done. And remember, because I don't know about you, but it does frustrate me when I see, companies, administrations get stuff done quietly. And then people think they're not really doing anything because they don't take the time to tell their own story. Because if they're like-minded like many of us and you just think, whatever, it's just what I do. No, you have to tell your own story. So bring us a nice storybook, Santa.
I love that. One thing on my list to Santa for solo PR pros would be confidence. I
Mm,
hope that everyone is able to operate with more confidence and strength because what we do really does matter. And this ties into what you were saying. But I feel like sometimes we're uncertain. And so that
mhm.
uncertainty comes across. It comes across
Yeah,
in us having a seat at the table. We can be tentative sometimes. We can be it comes across as maybe humility, but it really is a little bit of fear and uncertainty and insecurity. Am I that good? Can I handle that? Can I do that? Should I charge that?
right.
So I hope that all solo PR pros will have more confidence about the work that they do and the results that they deliver in 2026.
That's perfect. And a perfect pairing with that, like a nice cheese and wine, is assertiveness. Because I learned long ago, shout out to my former workmate Linda. She was a great example of assertion, not aggression. And I think especially sometimes coming from women, it can be seen as aggressive. But no, you can be assertive and stand for what you mean and what you want and what you say, and that will help your confidence as well. Because I don't know, I always figure if I know I'm right and or it's the right thing to do, there really shouldn't be any doubt.
I love that. I love that. And, you know, I will say that for women in particular, even if your assertiveness is misperceived as aggression, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. We have to learn to teach people that it really is okay for us to be human beings.
Yeah,
And we're not going to get anywhere, you know, in our careers in the work landscape by being quiet little, you know,
no,
mousy people,
no,
male or female,
right.
whatever gender you are. It doesn't work. You have to be assertive. And I think that that shows that you care about the work too. So I agree.
Totally. Yeah, yeah.
I would also add to the list that I hope Santa brings every solo PR pro a slate of clients that brings them delight and joy. That's a good fit
Ah,
for you because that's
yes.
different for all of us. I hope that Santa brings you clients that are in the industries that you want to work on, that are the size clients that you want, that have the company culture that you are so excited to be part of, and that engage services that make you feel like I would do this job for free because I'm so happy. Don't
Mhm.
do it for free, but
Mm-mm.
you know that feeling of like I would do this because I love it. So that's Santa, get your elves on that right now
Yeah,
because
there we go. There we go. You know, and sometimes with that, and this is where Santa can be magical, this isn't really one thing, but, you know, sometimes things happen in our lives or we come across people or situations, and it turns into that thing that we didn't even realize that we really needed. So, that would be so wonderful if our solos could experience that. I don't know what that is. I
I
don't know what it is for me, but
for many of us, for me personally, I can say this, 2025 was the year that I was leveled in every single area of
mm,
my life. Talk about a level set.
yeah,
To corporate speak, I was leveled. I was leveled and mowed over by one of those, I don't know what those big things are called. The name is blinking at the machines that like trudge down the dirt and make it all level after it's like dug it out with the excavator.
a
Yeah.
steamroller,
Yes. Thank you. That
a
was me this year.
backhoe.
It's like, hello. Hello, Karen Swim. I'm gonna flatten you. But, you know, after the flattening comes the pretty new parts. And so
Yeah,
I really hope, you know, because this has been a lot of us. I hope the pretty new parts start to bloom in December because December's not over yet. And when you
true.
hear this episode, there will still be days left. So I hope that you
Yeah,
start to see that, okay, the leveling was needed. It allowed something
yeah.
different, something new, something better, shinier,
Yes.
brighter, more modern, more of a fit
I
because
mean, it's so true. It's so true. I mean, and honestly, we wish you joy. And, you know, that doesn't mean that everything's gonna be, you know, sunshine and roses and unicorns unless, you know, buy a box of Lucky Charms for that. But I really hope that we all can either maintain, rediscover, the joy in what we do. Because let's face it, these last 5, 10 years have been a slog or even farther. We've all had something. I mean, yeah, I would say these past few years, especially for me, have been like one thing to the next thing to the next thing. And I just hope we can find, what do they call them? Shimmers or glimmers. Even if you can find that, even if you create that for yourself, I know sometimes for me, I just run down the list and no, I can't take 5 minutes to make a cup of tea. Take the 5 minutes, go outside, take a breath, or scream into the ether, whatever works for you. That's our wish for you.
I love that. You know, fun, I would say, dear Santa, bring us
Mhm.
fun. We all need
Oh,
to, you know, tap into that playful side. And that, I think that having fun and doing
yep.
things just because they delight you is something
Yeah.
that we can lose as we grow older and in the day-to-day of the doing. We're so busy,
Yeah.
with our
Yeah.
list of things that must be done that sometimes we forget to do things just because they can be done. And
Yes.
having fun should carry over into your work. Allow
Oh,
yourself
totally.
to be wildly creative, to do something that you've not done before. Take the barriers off because uh, clients will respond to that. Sometimes we're so used to
Oh,
being boxed into the corporate mindset and we find ourselves, we hop on a call and we're speaking like the client and we're doing things
yeah.
and we we dial back, the wildly creative to what we think is going to be creatively acceptable because we've all gotten our hands slapped or we've all seen our wildly creative ideas get dumbed down where it's like, that's not
Yeah.
what I was really thinking. But let's take those barriers off and get back at
Yeah.
the table where we allow our minds to just have fun and like do something that's completely different, propose things that are completely different. If it gets shot down, that's okay. It doesn't take away the joy of
Yeah.
creativity and how it energizes your brain. So,
No,
dear
not at all.
Santa,
Not
give
at
us
all.
fun. Bring back fun.
Yes, please. Please. Oh my goodness. It takes me back to my Domsky Simon agency days where our art department has a whole catalog of made up songs.
I love
We
it.
would just sing to each other. Yes, they put the cup in the trash can dance. It's not going to make any sense to our listeners, but we might have done a conga line or two from South Street back to the office after our Christmas lunches,
Oh,
or
I
around the
love
building when
it.
we needed inspiration. Chanting party sheet cake. Maybe that might have happened. If you were around 8th and Pine in Philly in the 90s and you saw that, hi. And we weren't even drunk. Well, maybe we sniffed a few markers. We don't know. But anyway, but honestly, I mean, it does. It energizes you, it energizes your work, and it reminds you why you are in the creative sphere to begin with. And make no mistake, we are, even though a lot of times we're, knee deep in strategy and tactics. It's still creation, which is also why we need to replenish ourselves. So Santa, put a lot of goodies under our tree this year and remind us to be good to ourselves so we can in turn be good to others.
Yes, and I mean, we're using Santa, but no shade to people who celebrate other things,
That's right.
again, whether it's your, Hanukkah gifts or,
Yeah.
hey, the gifts, Santa's for everybody this year.
Yes. Your yes, your holiday being.
Yes,
But,
there you
um,
go.
yeah, well, we thank you for spending time with us every week, and we wish you every good thing over these next few weeks as we approach the end of the year. And until next time, thanks for listening to That's Solo Life.